Hi, everybody, and welcome on this special Metalswap live event. I am Marco, I'm the project manager of the Metalswap project, and together with Tiziano, co-founder of the project, today we're going to go through all the news we had this week, because we had a lot of news. Ciao, Tiziano.
Ciao, Marco. Hi, everyone. Today we have a new introduction, a new rebranding, everything new, and also new smart contracts.
Yeah, so this live event is named the Gold Proposal because it's our main topic today, but it's not the only one because we had a lot of fresh news this week that came on the scene.
Yeah, let's start with the new beautiful landing page, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think everybody's already saw the new landing page at the URL metaswap.finance. Here you can find the new logo, the new information, and these new buttons. From here you can launch the new app, the app, and we have also linked to the old one, the legacy one. Now we'll explain why we have two versions today, just for a short moment, a short period. And before going through that, maybe we can go through the landing page, because the last time we did the live, we saw just something that now we made it better, I think. So we have less sections for the web page. We have everything perfection. The only thing I want to add is that we are taking the APIs from CoinGecko to show these informations. And we noticed just yesterday that the information coming from CoinGecko are sometimes wrong. This is why sometimes also in the chat, we can read why the price is, I don't know, 50 cents or 60 cents for the token, and then some strange spikes and then comes back or something like this. Because we noticed that CoinGecko is taking the volumes and the prices in a strange way in this period. We are trying to reaching them as the team is trying to reach the team of CoinGecko to fix that. Actually, you can see that they have the correct addresses, because they are taking the token from Ethereum, from BNB and Polygon as it should be. But actually, they are not counting the volumes and the prices from PancakeSwap on BNB. That actually is the main, at the moment, is the main market for the token in V2. So something different from what we are seeing, just to be clear on this point. Do you want to add something, Marco?
No, yeah, our team is investigating the issue, and we are in direct contact with the CoinGecko for this. So hopefully we will have soon some news about that.
Good morning, Alfredo. Finally, one of the big milestones I was waiting for. Yes, we are talking about the big milestone, the proposal just ended. So this will be the main topic of today. We see the news, the proposal, and then we can do also a short ask me anything phase if you want, if you have something to ask. And just briefly and very, very quickly, we can show again how the web page works and the wizard here to show the web page, the web app, sorry, how it works. You can go directly on the official web page and you can see with your time everything we just released. Important here, this will be a new feature, very interesting. Directly from this section, you can go to the functionalities of the dApp directly on the correct blockchain. As you know, Metaswap at the moment has 3 chains. So this means that the smart contracts are running on 3 blockchains, are working on 3 blockchains, Ethereum, BNB chain, and Polygon, all 3 AVM compatibles. But if you want to use something, for example, on Ethereum, and you see what there is on Ethereum on this list, you can directly click here and you will go to the dApp on the correct blockchain, in this case on Ethereum. If you want to see what you can do on BNB chain, you can click here and see we have the bridge, the legacy pools, and the smart pools. For example, you want to use the smart pool on BNB chain, just clicking here, it opens the dApp, it switches automatically the chain, and
the correct section. So you are brought to the application in the correct section of the application on the correct chain. We have to make our compliments again to our dev team, because this is a very special feature and it's quite an important one, and we never saw that in other project. And this allows, for example, the Medium articles with a link to directly point to the correct section on the correct chain of the decentralized application.
Exactly. And this is very important for the UX, so the user experience of the system. Sometimes people who are not used to navigate through the apps or web app like this can be easily onboarded like this, because you directly go on the web page and in the section you see the functionalities. You don't have to think how to navigate through the different functions or how to switch the chains. You have just to click. You want to know how to do the NFT LP staking on Polygon, is the same. You just click, automatically the chain will be switched on Polygon and you are directly on the function you want to see and use.
Yes, and it's also a one-page recap of all the features that the decentralized application has, because as we have seen in the last live, the XMT anniversary, we did a lot in this year, and sometimes you're just lost on all the features that we deployed. So in this section of the landing page, you have a full picture of all the features that we have as of today and we will have in the future.
Exactly. The last pages are also very important, because from here you can see the articles we are pushing on Medium in this case, but in the future, if we'll have other news on other, I don't know, web pages or blogs, you can find directly the summary of that news and articles from this section on the web page. And then, of course, if you want to read the complete article, you just have to click and go, and you will see the full article. This is also very important, because from here we can have a look on the last news directly on the web page. I see that there are some questions. We will go to the questions as well. So also I see why the liquidity pool of Uniswap, ATIAC, maybe we can just answer, because this one is coming often. Why the liquidity pool of Uniswap XMT is empty? Actually, is not empty. The liquidity providing was made in some ranges. You have to know that on Uniswap v3, you can select the range of prices where to put your liquidity. And the DeFi Foundation started providing liquidity in a certain range, and everyone can do the liquidity providing for that range. It's not a centralized exchange. So it's not something that someone is controlling. Everyone can use that decentralized exchange as a liquidity provider. And more of that, there are other two markets. There is Polygon with Uniswap v3 on Polygon, and BNB chain with PancakeSwap. And in this case, it's a v2. This means that all the liquidity has the complete curve of the price from 0 to infinite. So in this case, the price is completely covered on BNB. If you don't see the coverage, enough liquidity in some ranges in other chains, it's because nobody put the liquidity or provided the liquidity in that range. But it's not missing. Is sometimes if the prices goes down, and this period every project went down. I mean, everything went down. Is a real bear market of the sector. the price went under for the token the range, and so all the liquidity is in XMT for that case. And in Ethereum, in the pair Ethereum XMT, this one was the smallest one, I think, of the pair provided, but everyone can do it. In the last section is the documentation. Also, this one is very important. I'm starting with this because often we see, when I read, for example, the Telegram group or other groups, a lot of questions can be answered directly from the landing page and then one page. You go directly here, you can find all the information from what is Metaswap, the introduction, the governance, how it works, how to open hedging swaps, how to vote, how to stake on smart contract. This maybe is the most asked question. How to exit, how to enter. Why? Because just clicking here, you go to the documentation, to the docs. Every function has the documentation. You can go to the documentation through here or directly from this link. And this is fixed on the header of the page, on the menu. So clicking here, you will have all the documentation. And for example, regarding the liquidity pools, the staking pools, or the liquidity pool from Uniswap, you can find also the addresses, the correct address, everything related. I can show you, for example, on Ethereum, we have the smart pool, and you can find all the information about the smart pool, how to enter, how to exit, how to use it. These are the very common questions. Something to add, Marco?
Just the footer, because we talked about the CoinGecko API that has some missing volume information on the footer, but the far right item on the footer is the Certic badge, and if you click directly on that, you can see that you can open directly the project page where the security score has increased to 86. From the original 85 score.
Yeah. And I guess also because the new version of the smart contract were released.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. I didn't notice that, actually. I'm noticing now. Nice. Yeah, because the new version is more safe, more secure than the oldest one. So let's talk about this. Everyone who had an hedging swap position opened before the new release will find the position on the legacy app. If you click here on this button, launch legacy app, you can open the old version of the web page, web app. Let's go to Ethereum. From here, if you had a position, you will find it again in this page. As you can see, there is this new banner remembering us that Metaswap official URL is now app.metaswap.finance. Now, it's always the same. With a fully rebranded and refurbished application, the old app, this one, will run in parallel and will announce its deprecation in time. This means that this will stay for, I think, at least until the end of the year. So to have time for the people to close their position or for the position to expire. Since from now on, you are not able to open any position from here because the margin was set to be very high, so no new position can be opened on the whole version, but the positions already opened are working, and maybe more important, they are still participating in the competition. So in the swap competition, they are participating till the 13th of the month of December. So everything can be found here. For the new position and for everything coming from now on, of course, you launch the new app with the new version of the contracts. Why we did this? Because on the blockchain, you cannot stop and restart the application. It's something always on, always running. So we cannot stop Ethereum. The smart contracts on Ethereum will be there, will stay there, and will run in parallel. What we can change is to change the setting of the numbers and the
parameters.
the parameters of the application. And in this way, we can, for example, set the application in a way that nobody can open new positions like we did in the legacy version. And so in this way, what was working works, and what is coming now doesn't work anymore. But we released new smart contracts, and this user interface, the new one, is connected to the new smart contract. Instead, the legacy is connected to the old, the V1. In this new version, we have a new rebranding. As you can see now, it's very... I switch, so you can see there is a visual rebranding, even if I close this one. But not only, there is also a new features and a smart improvement in the small improvement in the smart contracts, and some mitigations for some possible problems we found during an internal auditing. So it's safer than before. That's why the score for septic went up.
Yes, that was an important path. I guess the correct word is that. Again, compliments to our dev team. They have an eye as well on security, and this is why also we incentivize the usage of the protocol through the swap competition. And this is why only the DeFi Foundation provided the liquidity for the first period. That we had to test the protocol on mainnet. We had 3 long testnet phases, but mainnet is mainnet. When the real money is there, we had to use the protocol. So thanks to the usage of the protocol by the user, and thanks by the monitoring of our dev team on the smart contract, we then identified the potential flow, and we corrected it like in 3 days. So our dev team identified, corrected the potential flow. They have been in touch with Certic that have audited also the new fix, the new mitigation of the smart contract, and we released that on Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
So in 3 days, we identified, corrected, audited, and deployed the version 2 of the smart contract.
Yes. And just to be safe, here everything is working and it's safe, also in the legacy version. The possible problem was coming from the rewards of the liquidity providing. So everyone who provided here the rewards, the liquidity providing here in the whole version, as you can see now, it's not possible to create new position in the legacy version. Instead, you can create a new position, providing liquidity for the liquidity pools of the swaps. In the legacy version, this is not possible. To everyone who did it, we ask you to withdraw your liquidity, and if you want to continue to make the liquidity providing, to do it in the new version. Everything will be the same. Everything is checked and safe. But in this old version, now you are not getting any rewards. This is why I'm telling that. The rewards are now at 0. So you are not rewarded to make to be a liquidity provider. Mm-hmm. And so it makes no sense anymore. If you want to do that and get some rewards, you have to do it in the new version. By the way, anyway, as we said many times now, the DeFi Foundation provided the most of the liquidity. So what you see here and what you see here is provided by the DeFi Foundation, and the rewards were set very low for the reason that the DeFi Foundation didn't want to risk anything from the user side. Wanted to take all the risk in these first phases because we just launched. Now it are 3 months that we launched the mainnet, and we didn't want to expose anyone to risks. And this was a good choice because now the rewards are anyway provided only to the DeFi Foundation, and nobody lost anything important. So everything fixed, everything working again in the new version. Who didn't find their position or their liquidity providing, you can go to the legacy version and you will find it. This is how this works now. We kept the new logo here on the right section of the landing page. When you refresh, now today I have this problem. I don't know why. From my Marco, I don't know if you have the backup solution for this. It's a local error. When I refresh, I see this error, but it's only local for me. I wanted to show the logo changing on the web page. If you refresh, yes, like this. So we wanted to keep the old logo transforming into the new one, just to let all the people also who didn't notice the change and to understand that Metalswap is always Metalswap is just a new rebrand. But we will have also a surprise for next week, because next week is coming something fancy, something cool. We will show you. There is a short video explaining how everything works, but just wait for it.
And strictly connected to the next topic, which is the main topic of this live, which is the Metalswap Gold asset proposal. So we can jump on that.
Yes. I share my page again.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can go directly to launch the app from there, so we can show from your screen. Launching the app, now we see the new version, of course. And
that's because I don't have MetaMask installed in this browser.
Anyway, I can show mine like this. Launching the app, we arrive to the hedging swap webpage, DApp. And from governance, you can see the new proposals. This is very important because actually now it's just finished, but we had for 3 days the votation for this new proposal from the DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. Everyone holding XMT is part of the project, is part of the decisional part of the project. This means that you can propose new features, new improvements, whatever, if you have at the moment the threshold of 3 million tokens. This threshold can be changed out from a proposal again. Everything from now on will go through this decisional path. So everything will be asked to the community, to the governance. If the governance accept the new changes, then these new changes, if doable, will be implemented. Of course, everything has to be studied before. This doesn't mean that you can ask, I don't know, let's insert whatever into the project, because if you propose something not doable, I guess the DAO will not vote in favor of it. In this case, what this proposal was about: should Metaswap integrate a gold asset based on Pax Gold? You can see the description here. We had all these days the description. You can see how the votation went for. So 91 addresses voted for this proposal, so said yes, we want it. 0 against, this was probable. I mean, we were expecting, everyone wanted this feature. The DeFi Foundation did the proposal, so everything started from the DeFi Foundation. And we reached 41.7, so 700, 41 million XMT voted for this proposal.
Yeah, that's quite an astonishing result, because it's more than double of the quorum. That means that the people, even if the quorum was already reached, they kept voting in this proposal. And another interesting KPI, let me say, is that in this votation, 91 addresses voted, which is, I guess, 1/3 of the first proposal. It was more than 240, 250, but the voting power is more than double. So less addresses voted with more voting power, with more XMT, with more governance token. This is quite an interesting result for the governance of the project.
Yes. Considering that we are just at the beginning, because the first proposal was out when the mainnet and the hedging swap were not there. Now this is the first proposal coming after the launch of the hedging swap on mainnet on Ethereum, so with the real functionalities. And to see in this moment, I repeat, because the moment is important, in this period where the attention, the interest is very low, to see 91 addresses interested and voting and paying to vote, because you have to pay the fees on Ethereum to vote, is very, very interesting. I think it's a good result, even if these numbers are not so big as we could expect in other moments. Almost 100 person, I can say, or 100 addresses, we don't know, entities voting and participating is something, and is very important. Now let's try to explain what this proposal is about, how it will be implemented, and we can guess in how many time we can see the new implementation. Maybe we can make some thoughts about it. To read the full version, sorry, I will close this. To read the full version of, okay, let's do like this. We have the description directly in the app, but if you click here, you can see the full details of the proposal on the article on Medium. And it's better because it's more complete. So if I forgot something, Marco, just add what you want to say, but
Sure.
I just go through the article. The proposal is about to insert as an asset the gold for the hedging swap. So everyone using gold in real life can protect his position, his holding, against the volatility using the decentralized application of Metalswap. And this will be the first asset related to the physical metals and the physical world. Because until now we had Bitcoin, in our view, the digital gold, and Ethereum as gas on the blockchain. But now something physical is coming. The challenge was to find the correct representation for gold. And the study of the DeFi Foundation and the team was quite long, I have to say, because at the beginning it seemed to be something easier than what is actually now, because we were thinking that tokens like Pax Gold or others, maybe we know Tether Gold or other representation, were all the same. Instead, we need some characteristics, some technical aspects very important to be implemented, to implement the token inside the hedging swap. And we choose as the DeFi Foundation Pax Gold, and we proposed Pax Gold for some reason. Mainly because the volumes are very high, are the highest in the market. And one important information is that to have Oracle price feeds, for example, on Chainlink, the daily volumes of the token should be higher than $3 million per day.
Per day. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
quite a high threshold for that. So,
and not every gold token is doing that. Actually, only Pax Gold in this period is reaching these levels. So if the daily volumes of exchanges for the token is lower than $3 million per day, Chainlink is not able to give nice price feeds for the token price. And this is very important because, of course, the application, the decentralized application and the smart contracts are taking the price from decentralized oracles, and in the specific case from Chainlink. If Chainlink is not giving the correct prices, then the application cannot work. So this was a very important aspect. Then you can read more details in the article. I'm going very, very fast in this explanation. The problem, the challenge of this choice was that Pax Gold is a fee transfer token. This means that every time that Pax Gold as a token is transferred from one address to another, who makes the transaction has to pay an added fee to Paxos. And this added fee is 0.02%, I guess.
yeah.
I don't know if it's written here, maybe.
Should be, but it's 0.02%.
Yeah. And this was kind of a challenge more than a problem for the smart contract in Metaswap, because, when you open a position, you have to set the premium. This is a fee that you pay to open your hedging position. Then there are the gas fees on Ethereum. Then there is a settlement fee for the liquidators to close the positions. We explained already that. In Metaswap, from all the other system is different from this side. When you open a position in a decentralized app in other systems, for example, options or futures, usually when your position is expired or it went to the end of the expiring date, you have to go back to the app, and close your position, paying again your fees. On Metaswap, it doesn't work like this. You just open your position. What you pay, it's what you pay till the end. And when the position is expired, you will find your rewards or whatever your position was directly back on your address. This is very important. Everything is set just from the beginning, and it's automatic. This is something that really make the difference between Metaswap and other systems.
Yes, unless, of course, you want to close the position earlier.
Of course, yes. So if you want to close it before, you pay closing fees to close it before. Maybe because you are getting, I don't know, some rewards. You are in profit, and the calculation between the profit you're making and the fees to close the position shows you that this positive delta. Then of course you choose to close. In this case, with a transfer fee token, the fees were added from Paxos. So to integrate directly PaxG, the problem was that more than these fees, you had to pay also fees and the smart contract had to pay also fees to Paxos every time the token was transferred. And this was challenging because the token, once in the smart contract, changes from address to a contract to another, and added difficulties not considered in the structure of the smart contracts. So it's simply something not working with the smart contract and the system. This means that the solution proposed in this proposal was to add a wrapped version of the RC20 token Pax Gold called W Pax Gold. This is something not existing already. It's something that will be integrated in the app. This means that if you will go, once the feature will be on the blockchain, you will see a wrapper directly on Metaswap the app here, somewhere here, I guess, under tokens. You will see the voice wrapper, and with the wrapper you can go with your PaxG, wrap the PaxG in W PaxG, and use the wrapped version. In this way, the wrapped version doesn't need to pay the transfer fee and can be used as a representation only for the price of gold internally into the system. A very important aspect, this is very important, is that the price taken from the system is not the price of W Pax Gold. This price can be manipulated because it's a wrap token, and so the market and the volumes will be, I guess, very low. The price is taken from Pax Gold directly from Chainlink, also in the smart contracts. So the W Pax G, it's only a token, so a representation of that price into the system, just to be able to use a representation of gold. This is something difficult to explain, especially for me in English. Anyway, this was all. And then after we will have this W Pax Gold, there will be the pair W Pax Gold USDT on the system to use the hedging swap pair. This will be added in the swap page. So here you can see we have now Ethereum, Wrap BTC. Here we will see also W PaxG. And we can change the asset directly from here. This proposal started, when it started, I guess Wednesday.
December the 7th. So Wednesday.
December the 7th. Yes, and finished just today.
Yeah, I think a couple of hours ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what we see now in the governance results is something very new. This succeeded, and so this proposal will be implemented. This is because before of the proposal, the team, the Metaswap team and the Phi Foundation made all the studies, all the tests and everything. So everything is in a good shape already and can be implemented in a short time, I can say. So I don't want to give strict times or deadlines for this, but I guess that as short as 1 week or something like this, we can already see this implementation because everything was tested before, I repeat.
Yes, and the main difficulties were the research and the design of the project because of these special characteristic that the gold tokens in the blockchain have. So all the hard work has already been done. It's the mind work, and then we just need to finalize the development and to deploy the smart contracts, of course, and to provide the liquidity by the DeFi Foundation.
Exactly, because then the liquidity will be provided again from the DeFi Foundation for the first liquidity providing. As always, here in Swap liquidity pools, more than BTC and Ethereum and USDT, because the providing from here came from the DeFi Foundation again. And soon what we see in the legacy app will be moved to the new pools. So everything will be summed here. More than that, we can see, we will see here the gold liquidity, and everyone can provide but the first providing will be from DeFi Foundation again. And yes, that's all I think for this new proposal and new feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, very important is that it's not something why the implementation can be done very fast. As I said, because the study was very long, but I want to underline something. Metaswap is an hedging swap provider. So this means that you can use Metaswap to open position to mitigate volatility of assets. Every asset inserted in Metaswap can be used in this way. If it's a token, a standard token, ERC20, it can be used.
With a price feed.
The important part is that it has to some decentralized oracles and a good centralized oracle like Chainlink should provide price feed. Otherwise, if the price is coming from a centralized system, then everything is lost. The decentralization is lost because this price feed can be attacked to attack the system.
And to manipulate, the
system. Yeah. And so this is very important part that I want to explain. Metaswap is not something, is not a synthesizer, is not synthetics, for example. If a token or an asset can be, has already these requirements, can be inserted. And it's easy, quite easy, because the smart contracts are the same. They are just using another asset. In this case, the complication was that for gold, there wasn't an asset, a token with these requirements. PaxG was the closest one, but we had to insert this wrapping system to make everything working. And this was something engineered from the team and from the DeFi Foundation. Very interesting system that we will see. Also, a very important detail is that the wrapping system is something coming from the Open Zeppelin libraries, already audited from them and used in other system because it's an open source part of the code.
Yeah.
All the details can be found in the documentation and the articles coming from now on. And then when we'll release, of course, we will advise everyone through the social and official social of Metaswap. Hi, Justin. So guys, if you have some questions about this, just make the questions. This is the moment to do them. Then we talk about the legacy app, the launch of the V2 version, this one you are seeing, the proposal. A very common question I see often, Marco, is regarding the new version of the staking pool. Maybe we can cover that very quickly because we already explained that, but just to make sure that everyone is on the same page for that. So going from pools, if you had, this is another question, if you had other position in staking from old pools already expired, you can find your position here in legacy pools. From the new web page or from the old one is the same. You go here and you can see staking pool is the same that you can find in the new version as legacy pool. And from here on legacy, you see the expired staking pool, and you can exit from here. Instead, the new smart pool is this one. This made a lot of questions arise because the APY is changing. How it works? Before, all the staking pool had a fixed reward budget for the pool. So everyone was collecting rewards from this pool, from these rewards already provided. In this case, this is dynamic because behind these smart contracts, there is an address collecting XMT as rewards and giving these XMTs to the participants of this staking pool, of this smart pool. So every time that the hedging swaps are collecting fees, these fees are used to buy back XMT on the decentralized exchange, and these XMT are going here. This doesn't happen every day or in every moment. And why? Because if the system was predictable, we could be exposed to front running. And in this moment, this is the biggest problem of the Ethereum and smart contract ecosystem, the front runners. Because if a smart contract does everything in an automatic way, always the same, someone can read in advance this system and can do some operation to take the liquidity before the system rewards. I think many people are aware of this problem. It's not a problem, it's something now challenging for the system. They are called MEV. And in this way, if we do, for example, the buyback every day at the same hour, someone can know that at that time the XMT are bought and can in advance buy and then sell XMT on the market. This is why this is random. And every time this happens, the rewards are coming here. So this APY now is not at 0. It's something less than 1. Maybe the interface should be changed here because it's not 0. This doesn't mean that the rewards are not given. This means that for the participants, the rewards are split in 3,700,000 XMT, and this means that the APY annualized is very, very low in this moment. But consider that this is only a charge phase of the smart pool. 180 plus 90 means that for 180 days, you are just charging your position and charging how many times you were in this smart pool. The prices, the rewards are given in the following 90 days. So what it's really meaningful is the APY at the end of the 180 days, because you collected the period in which you were in the smart pool, and at the end of the 180 days, you start to collect everything inside the pool from the moment.
Yeah. Yes, you can see the number of the XMT in the rewards under the global rewards label in this smart pool, because at the beginning, I think if I remember correctly, they were 700 plus 300, so 1,000 XMT, and today they are 5,600 plus 2,400. So they have increased. Of course, also the total value locked increased, and thus the APY decreased. As of today, as Tiziano said, the rewards will make their significance after the period after the 180 days of the staking pool.
Yeah, very important is this part. So from here you can see how many XMT are given as rewards, and this number will change. So if, for example, if this number will go to, I don't know, 20,000, maybe this APY based on how many participants are will increase. This is just a calculation between the global reward and the participation and the time in which they participated or you participate.
Yes, this is very important because it's the first step towards the sustainability of the protocol. Because as per the white paper, the 80% of the premiums collected by the swap protocol will be used to buy back XMT token, as Tiziano already anticipated in a non-predictable way. Also, we are in a bear market, so we are collecting fees on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and other
Yeah.
than the bot on Ethereum, on the maximum extractable value bot that are front running, if we were to do that on a predictable way at the same hour every day, we also take into account that we can wait a little bit to buy the XMT when the Ethereum and Bitcoin are higher in prices. So this algorithm is taking into account everything. And of course, the DeFi Foundation could even decide in the future to provide direct rewards to this smart pool, as they did for all the legacy pools. Because remember that all the rewards of the staking pools, of the NFT staking on Polygon, they were all provided directly by the DeFi Foundation, taken from the rewards bucket that in the white paper was already earmarked for the rewards of the protocol.
Exactly. So sometimes the question is also how can be sustainable to give, for example, at the beginning of the system last year, APY bigger than 30%, 40%. The system was the same. The point was that the DeFi Foundation, also to decentralize the governance of the token, mainly for decentralization, given a very high reward on the first pool to give prizes to the first holders, and the APY of the distribution was very high because the global reward here given from the allocation of tokens was very high. But in this phase, and also for this reason, we saw, for example, on the market, during the bear market, we are living an inflation of the token, and so also the price going down for this reason, because a lot of tokens were distributed and a lot of people who maybe not even interested in the participation of the governance preferred to go and to exchange the token for other tokens or whatever, and leaving the system. In this moment, we are living, I think, the best moment of the project, where people interested in the project are staying. What we see is people voting, people participating in the governance, and maybe understanding that if you have the token, the point is that you are part of the system, you are part of Metalswap, you can propose, you can vote, and you can increase your position and your voting power in this way. Because the more the application used, the more XMT you receive, the more are provided here, the more are divided for all the people participating. And if you have your tokens here, you can vote, of course, because you have locked tokens and you are inside the governance and you can use them to vote. In fact, I guess many people using the smart pool voted for the proposal just ended, and this is very important. As Marco said, the DeFi Foundation can decide in every moment to increase these rewards if the demand is very low, or if the distribution of the token can be increased to give more token. Because as we saw 1 year ago, the most of the tokens are in the treasury of the DeFi Foundation, and the duty of the DeFi Foundation is to give these tokens slowly and in a meritocratic way to the people, and to the people participating to the system. This is the rule of the DeFi Foundation, and to check that everything is developed and the Metaswap reaches its goals. Okay, this was one of the last point of today. Another part, if you have question, again, make the questions now, because this is the right moment. And last part is just it's a nice call to action, because Metaswap team reached the CoinMarketCap team, and we were able to verify the project on the CoinMarketCap community. As you can see here, this is the correct profile. You can see the badge. This is a verified and official account for Metaswap. And more than watching the market of the token, that, as I said, as a secondary importance, because at the end, this is a governance token. More important in DeFi should be to watch the TVL, the total value locked for the system, to see if the system is growing. This is very important in DeFi. Anyway, more than watching the market here, you can also participate in the community. If you have an account on CoinMarketCap, you can log in the CoinMarketCap community or sign up directly from here. And now they have this interesting part of the system where you can find the post from the project, all the new posts in a Twitter way, I can say. And we have the comments and also the article of the project. This is very interesting because in the same page, you can be updated about everything happening on the system. And it's important because from here you will find also the correct links. Of course, the best way is to go to the official web page, but to find the official web page, you can also find the Metaswap official account directly on CoinMarketCap. So this could be a call to action. If you didn't know about this, you can follow Metaswap directly here and be updated.
Yes, it's a small but big step you can make if you support the Metaswap project, because we all know who is behind CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, exactly. It's a direct connection with this ecosystem, can be very important. We will try as a team to push the articles, the post on this community, and to make noise, to make the information to be loud and to reach, we know, this ecosystem. Even because the Metaswap has already a part of the system in this direction, and so can be interesting to improve what we did already on BNB and see if it can take more steps in this direction. Maybe, Marco, again, you can show the section of the page where we have all the functionality. This is very important, and I know that the devs are proud of the section where you can...
I think it's this one. No, this one.
This one. So again, from the main page here, you have a look of all the new implementations. And here I see CC approves. Who knows? From now on, the protocol has everything working to speak to everyone and to every system. BNB chain is interesting, Polygon is interesting, and we don't exclude other options. There are many AVM compatible systems, and the smart contracts after a proposal can be moved everywhere once working.
Yes. What do you say, Tiziano? Are there any questions? No, just the approval.
Any questions? This was actually, we wanted to do a quicker update. At the end, I spoke, as always, more than 1 hour.
Okay, so I guess we can wrap it up. Yes. So just the bottom line of the gold Metalswap proposal has succeeded. So our development team, following the guidance of the governance, will soon, we don't know when, but will be very soon, they will deploy the smart contracts related to the gold asset, the PAX G based asset on our protocol, and you will be soon able to protect the volatility against the gold digital asset. And I think this is the bottom line. And just subscribe to the CoinMarketCap community, follow the Metaswap team official account, and spread the news.
Yeah. Just one last thing. I forgot to mention that from the 13th of December, we will have again a new swap competition on the V2 system. So keep just keep updated because we will have all the news on the official social networks. So from the 13th, there will be this Christmas edition of the swap competition.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Okay.
Marco.
Thank you, Tiziano. Have a nice Saturday. Ciao, guys.
Bye, guys.